Sure.
Because we sort of talked about nailing the 50% of your net income to your just surviving, your rent, your mortgage and everything. And then what's the 30% allocation under that sort of model?
So 30% then goes towards your wants. So think of wants, I guess you've got like dining out, maybe putting money towards holidays. It's the things that aren't really required to live, but they're enjoyable. Subscription services would be another one. So entertainment, going to the movies, that type of thing. So 30% of your budget towards that. The remaining 20% of your budget is then towards wealth creation. And I think about that in a few different ways. It could be to go to a savings account. It could be to, purchase investments. Maybe it's contributions to super if that's appropriate. It can also be just making additional repayments on your home loan, because as you reduce your liabilities, well, that's going to increase the net wealth of your position as well. So again, 50% to the things that you absolutely need to do, 30% to your wants, and then 20% to wealth building.
Yep. So in the 50%, it is still groceries and stuff like that. So eating, whereas if I'm eating out, then that's part of the 30% of a discretionary you want budget.
Spot on. And I think to come back to the previous question, if you're in a position where allocating 50% of your income to the needs is not cutting the mustard and you're running out of money, well, that's maybe we're not in a position where 20% of our money is going to savings. Maybe right now that 20% is actually going towards making sure we've got mortgage payments being paid, particularly for an environment where interest rates are quite high. Inflation's quite high. Maybe people are saving slightly less right now. But again, general rule of thumb is that's how you would like to split it.
Yep. So I've got the budget model, and there's sort of some rules of thumb there, the 50, 30 and 20, acknowledging that at various stages of life, the 20% may not be achievable, depending where you're at in life and you're trying to build a career and bringing more income to the table. So someone's got this budget that they've done, and what's sort of the next step once they've done the budget and they've got roughly the 50, 30, 20 allocation? What's some practical steps? Do they just put it on the fridge and be a reminder, or is it something they'd live and breathe by and have the conversation if they're in a partnership with someone? Or?
Yep. So, I mean, ideally everyone would get to that position where budgeting becomes a little bit optional, where you become disciplined enough, money's being allocated to the areas of life that are important to you as a family. And then any extra income you're earning just becomes cream on top. So generally that's actually where I would ask questions and say, are we deficient in any area of our life that we want to address more? Maybe that's we're not going out on enough date nights, or we're not traveling enough as a family. Do we allocate more to that budget? Do we get a gym membership to get our health under control? There's a lot of variables there. By default, though, if you've got all of those areas fulfilled and you're funding a happy, healthy, wealthy life, personally, I'd then start to look at things like investments and paying down debt as quickly as we can.